Beloved chosen one, listen closely. This message is not for the crowd, not for the multitude, not for those still asleep in the illusions of this world. This word is for you. You have been set apart, marked, and called into a time such as this. You did not stumble onto this message by chance. The Spirit has guided you here because something inside of you is stirring, something deep is awakening, and heaven is whispering your name. There is a great shift taking place right now. Not in some distant future, not for someone else, but for you here in this very moment. You may feel it already, a shaking, a rearranging, a strange sense that life as you knew it is no longer the same. You may not be able to explain it, but your spirit senses it. The old ways no longer fit, old relationships feel out of place, and old environments no longer satisfy your soul. That is not confusion. Chosen one. That is God repositioning you. For too long you have walked carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. You have endured rejection, misunderstanding, isolation, and yet through it all, something inside you has remained unshaken. That was not by your strength alone. That was divine preservation. The very things that were meant to destroy you have only refined you. And now, the shift has begun. This is not a small adjustment. This is not a surface-level change. This is a divine rearrangement, a repositioning orchestrated by God Himself. Doors that were once shut will suddenly swing wide open. Paths you never imagined will unfold before your very eyes. And at the same time, places and people that once felt familiar will suddenly no longer hold you because your spirit has outgrown them. Beloved, hear me, you are rare. You are chosen. You are the one God has preserved for such a time as this. Many may not understand what is happening to you, but you are not called to be understood. You are called to be positioned. And before this message ends, I will reveal to you what this divine repositioning means, the signs you will notice along the way, and how you are to prepare for what is coming. But right now, hold this truth in your spirit. A great shift has begun, and you are at the center of it. Lean in, chosen one. God is not only moving around you, He is moving through you. Chosen one. Pause for a moment and let this truth sink into your heart. This message is not born from human imagination, nor is it just another set of motivational words. What you are hearing is a divine whisper, carried through time, preserved for this exact moment, and placed in your path by the Spirit of God. You see, nothing in your journey has been random. The encounters, the delays, the disappointments, and even the silent seasons were not accidents, they were divine orchestration. The same hand that painted the stars in the heavens is the hand guiding your steps now. And that hand has brought you here to hear this word. There are times in life when God releases a fresh word into the earth, a word that divides the before from the after, a word that marks a turning point in destiny. This is one of those moments. This is not for the multitude because not everyone has ears to hear. But you, chosen one, have been given spiritual ears to recognize the voice of heaven. That is why even as these words fall upon you, something inside your spirit stirs. It is the Spirit of God bearing witness within you. Scripture reminds us that my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Beloved, you are not lost in the noise of this world. God knows you by name. He calls you His own. And in this season, He is speaking to you with clarity and urgency. A great shift has begun, and you are being repositioned. Think about it. Hasn't life felt unsettled lately? Have you not sensed that the ground beneath your feet is shifting? What once felt secure no longer feels steady. What once satisfied your soul now leaves you hungry for more. These are not random stirrings, they are confirmations that heaven is aligning you for your next assignment. But do not fear. The one who calls you is faithful. He has not brought you this far to leave you in confusion. When God repositions, it is never to strip you, but to set you in the place where His glory will be revealed through you. This process is sacred. It is divine. And though the world may not understand it, your spirit already knows something holy is happening within you. So I want you to lean in. Do not treat these words as common. Do not scroll past this moment as though it were just another message. This is an appointed word released from the heart of God to yours. If you receive it with faith, it will not return void. It will begin to work within you, shaping your thoughts, your steps, your very destiny. In just a moment, I will unveil to you the prophecy, the great shift that is unfolding in your life, what it means and how it will manifest. But first, hold on to this assurance: you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are chosen, and the voice you are hearing now is the voice of your Father, calling you into alignment with His divine timing. The heavens are moving. The earth is responding. And your spirit has been awakened because your repositioning has already begun. Chosen one, hear this with the ears of your spirit. The heavens have already shifted, and the earth is beginning to mirror what God has decreed. A great repositioning is underway, and you are at the center of it. This is not just about change in your outer life. This is about divine alignment with destiny. For so long, you have walked through hidden valleys, seasons where nothing seemed to make sense, where doors were shut, prayers seemed unanswered, and you wondered if you had been overlooked. But in truth, you were never forgotten. You were being prepared. Like a seed pressed into the dark soil, you were hidden not for your destruction, but for your germination. And now, that seed has broken open. Now, new life is emerging. The Spirit of God says the shaking you feel around you is not to harm you, but to release you. Everything that is unstable is being shaken so that only what is unshakable will remain in your life. The people who could not go where you are going are being removed. The environments that no longer nurture your calling are being stripped away. You are being repositioned because your assignment is shifting into its next phase. Do you feel it, chosen one? The subtle pull in your heart, the quiet voice telling you that you can no longer stay where you once were. That is the divine wind of God pressing upon your spirit. It is the same wind that parted the Red Sea, the same breath that raised dry bones into a living army, the same Spirit that hovered over the waters at creation. That wind is blowing upon you now, calling you forward into a place you have not yet seen, but one that has already been prepared for you. The prophecy is this: God is repositioning you for visibility, authority, and purpose. Where you were once hidden, you will now be seen. Where you were once silenced, your voice will now carry weight. Where you were once rejected, you will now be received. This is not about pride, but about destiny. God has need of you. The world is crying out for what you carry, and heaven is releasing you into the place where your light will break the darkness. But hear me well, this shift will not always look like increase in the natural. Sometimes it may feel like loss. Sometimes it may feel like endings. But do not be deceived. What looks like subtraction is actually multiplication in disguise. What looks like a closed door is actually God's hand redirecting you to the door that leads to life. Beloved, you are stepping into a season where divine acceleration will rest upon you. Things that once took years will now unfold in moments. Delays that once hindered you will suddenly be broken. You will see alignments come together that only God Himself could orchestrate. And when it happens, you will know this is not man's doing. This is the Lord's repositioning. The Spirit whispers, I am moving my chosen into place. I am setting them like pillars in the earth. I am aligning them to carry my glory in places where darkness has reigned. You are one of them. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are mine, and I am setting you where your light will shine. So do not resist the shift. Do not cling to what is falling away. What is leaving your life cannot compare to what is coming. The prophecy is sure a great shift has begun, and you will look back on this season and say, "Truly the hand of God has repositioned me." The winds are blowing. The ground is shaking. And heaven has decreed it is your time to move. Chosen one. Let us pause and look beyond the surface of this prophecy, because every shift God releases carries a spiritual blueprint. If you understand the deeper meaning, you will not only endure this season, but also embrace it with faith and strength. The shift is not random. It is a reflection of a divine principle. Before every new beginning, there is always a shaking. Think of the earth in the midst of a storm. The winds rage, the trees bend, the waters roar. Yet after the storm passes, the air is clearer, the land is refreshed, and new growth begins. So it is with your life. The turbulence you are experiencing is not the end, but the clearing of old atmospheres to make room for what God is planting. The Spirit often works in seasons. There is the season of sowing, the season of waiting, the season of pruning, and then the season of harvest. You, beloved, have endured long in the soil of waiting. You have passed through pruning where things were cut away that you thought you needed. And now, heaven declares the time of harvest is drawing near. The shift is evidence that the season has changed. Understand this: doors are a symbol of opportunity, but not every door is divine. In your past, you may have knocked on doors that never opened, and you wondered why. But those were not your doors. God, in His mercy, withheld them from you because they would have led you into rooms too small for your calling. Now, as this shift unfolds, watch how doors will open, not by your striving, but by divine appointment. These will be doors that no man can shut, doors that lead you into alignment with your assignment. Journeys, too, are a picture of your walk with God. A journey is rarely straight. It has twists, turns, valleys, and mountains. The repositioning you are experiencing is like being redirected on your map. You thought the path was one way, but God is leading you another. Do not fear the detour. The detour is divine. It is heaven's way of taking you around snares you could not see and bringing you into places prepared just for you. Think also of the metaphor of light. When light enters a room, darkness cannot remain. In the same way, the shift within you is God's light increasing. That is why certain people are falling away, not because you are unworthy, but because your light exposes what they are unwilling to face. This can feel lonely, but understand light is never diminished by rejection. It shines brighter. You are becoming a lamp set upon a hill, chosen to guide others who are lost in the dark. Beloved, destiny is never comfortable. The butterfly must wrestle in the cocoon before it can fly. The seed must break open before it can sprout. The vessel must pass through fire before it is refined. And so it is with you. This great shift is your cocoon, your breaking, your refining. Do not despise it, for what emerges on the other side will be unrecognizable compared to what you once were. Divine timing is the heartbeat of this prophecy. God does not move according to human calendars or clocks. He moves according to His appointed times. Many times you may have wondered, why not sooner? Why all the waiting? But understand, delay is not denial. God waits until the fullness of time, the moment when every piece has aligned, when your character is shaped, when your faith has been strengthened. Now that fullness of time is upon you. The shaking you feel is evidence that heaven's clock has struck. So, chosen one, embrace this. The shift is not punishment, it is positioning. It is God moving you out of what no longer serves you and into what will carry you. It is the potter reshaping the clay. It is the shepherd leading you beside still waters. It is the captain redirecting the ship before the storm destroys it. The deeper meaning is this: you are being transformed from one dimension of purpose into another. This is why life feels unfamiliar, because you are stepping into uncharted territory. But remember, you are not stepping alone. The one who goes before you is the same one who spoke creation into being. He cannot fail, and he will not fail you. And soon you will see that every storm, every closed door, every lonely night, every tear you cried was not wasted. It was the soil of your shift. And now heaven declares the season has changed, and the chosen are being repositioned. Beloved chosen one, when God begins a shift, He always leaves signs along the way, confirmations that you are not imagining things, but truly walking in alignment with His plan. These signs are like markers on the road, reassuring you that you are on the right path. And if you listen with your spirit, you will recognize that many of these signs are already appearing in your life. The first sign is divine discontent. What once satisfied you no longer does. Activities, relationships, and even environments that once felt comfortable now feel empty, even draining. This is not because you are ungrateful, but because your spirit has outgrown those spaces. Like a bird whose wings are pressing against the cage, you are sensing that there is more beyond where you are. That holy restlessness is heaven's way of telling you it's time to rise. The second sign is doors closing unexpectedly. Opportunities you thought were secure may have slipped away. Plans that seemed certain may have suddenly fallen apart. At first, this may feel like rejection, but in truth, it is redirection. God is closing doors that do not serve your destiny to ensure you do not wander into rooms that would confine you. Trust the closed door. It is just as much a blessing as the open one. The third sign is divine connections appearing suddenly. You may notice new people coming into your life, people who speak to your spirit, who understand you, without you having to explain yourself, who carry a similar fire. These alignments are not by accident. They are part of your repositioning. Heaven always sends helpers, encouragers, and destiny partners when a new season begins. The fourth sign is heightened spiritual sensitivity. Lately, you may feel your dreams becoming more vivid, your inner voice becoming clearer, and your prayers carrying more weight. You sense things before they happen. You feel atmospheres shifting around you. This is because your spirit is awakening, tuned to heaven's frequency. God sharpens your discernment before He shifts your assignment. The fifth sign is divine protection in the midst of chaos. While others around you may seem to crumble under the weight of trials, you have been strangely preserved. You may have faced storms, but they did not destroy you. You may have walked through fire, but you were not consumed. This is a sign that the hand of God is upon you, guarding you for where He is leading you. And the sixth sign is an inner knowing of change. You may not be able to explain it, but deep down you know something is coming. You feel it in your spirit before you see it in the natural. This inner witness is the Spirit of God preparing your heart for the shift. Chosen one. If these signs resonate with you, rejoice. They are not random experiences. They are confirmations that the prophecy is alive in your life. Heaven is aligning you. The shift is real. And the signs are proof that you are already walking in it. Chosen one. As glorious as this shift is, I must speak to you with honesty and love. Before the fullness of repositioning manifests, there are hidden challenges you will face. Do not let this trouble your heart, for every great calling comes with a refining fire. These struggles are not sent to destroy you, but to strengthen you, to shape you, and to prove the weight of what you carry. The first challenge is the weight of isolation. As you rise into a new season, you will notice certain people drifting away. Some will not understand the change in you. Others may even resist it. Loneliness may try to creep into your spirit, whispering that you have been abandoned. But hear this, you are never alone. The shepherd walks with you even through the valley of shadow. This solitude is sacred, for it is in isolation that God reveals his voice with clarity. The second challenge is the testing of patience. Though the shift has begun, not everything will unfold overnight. There will be moments where you wonder, Lord, when you may see glimpses of what is coming, yet feel the delay of its full manifestation. This is not denial. Beloved, this is the proving of your faith. Patience is the bridge between prophecy and fulfillment. Do not despise the waiting. It is the soil where endurance grows. The third challenge is spiritual opposition. When heaven advances, you darkness will resist. You may encounter unexpected battles, strange discouragement, sudden setbacks, or voices of doubt rising around you. But remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The attacks are not proof of your weakness. They are proof of your value. The enemy fights hardest against those who carry the greatest assignments. Stand firm, clothed in the armor of God, and you will overcome. The fourth challenge is the pruning of comfort. You may be asked to let go of habits, environments, or even blessings that once seemed good. This can feel painful, like the gardener cutting back a flourishing branch. But pruning is not punishment. It is preparation. The branch is trimmed not to diminish it, but to make it bear more fruit. Likewise, God removes what no longer serves you to prepare you for greater abundance. The fifth challenge is the stretching of faith. God will ask you to step into places you have never walked, to trust him in ways you never have before. The unfamiliar may feel frightening, but it is also where miracles dwell. Faith is stretched so that it can hold the weight of glory that is coming. Without this stretching, you would not be ready for what heaven is placing in your hands. Beloved, every challenge you face in this shift is a holy test, not to fail you, but to form you. The fire will not consume you, it will refine you. The storm will not drown you, it will teach you to walk on water. The waiting will not waste you, it will root you deeper in trust. So do not be afraid when the challenges appear. Instead, see them for what they truly are, signs that you are on heaven's path and that your destiny is nearer than it has ever been. Beloved chosen one, when God shifts your life, he not only reveals what is to come, he also gives instructions to prepare you. Prophecy without obedience remains unfulfilled. Promise without preparation cannot be sustained. And so hear the divine instructions that will anchor you in this season of repositioning. 1. Guard your atmosphere. Not every voice deserves access to your spirit. In this season, you must be intentional about what you hear, what you consume, and who you allow close to your heart. The shift you are stepping into is delicate like a newborn seedling. Just as a seed cannot grow in polluted soil, your spirit cannot thrive in toxic environments. Protect your peace. Silence voices of doubt. Limit distractions. And surround yourself with those who fan the flame of your faith, not those who quench it. 2. Stay rooted in prayer. Prayer is not optional for the chosen. It is your lifeline. In times of transition, the enemy will try to sow confusion, fear, and impatience. But prayer aligns your heart with heaven's heart. It sharpens your discernment and strengthens your spirit. Beloved, rise early and commune with your Father. Speak to him throughout the day. Pour out your heart in the evening. Prayer is not just asking, it is aligning. It is how you remain sensitive to divine instructions as you move forward. 3. Feed on the Word. When storms shake, the Word of God becomes your anchor. When doors open, the Word becomes your compass. In this season, make the Scriptures your daily bread. Let them speak life into you. Meditate on the promises of God until they take root in your spirit. Write them, declare them, believe them, for man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. 4. Walk by faith, not sight. You will be called into unfamiliar territory. Do not wait for everything to make sense before you move. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty. It is the decision to trust God in the midst of it. When He says, "Go move," even if the path is not clear. When He says, "Release, let go," even if it hurts, faith is the key that unlocks the doors in this season. Without faith, you will remain where you are. With faith, you will see the miraculous unfold. 5. Practice stillness. In the midst of shaking, the temptation is to rush to strive to control outcomes. But heaven whispers, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness does not mean passivity, it means trust. It means you do your part and then rest, knowing the outcome is in His hands. It means resisting the urge to force what only God can fulfill. 6. Release what no longer serves you. This will be one of the hardest yet most important instructions. You cannot carry the weight of the old into the new. Release the bitterness, the disappointments, the habits that keep you small. Release the relationships that drain your spirit. Release the fear of failure and the need for approval. Letting go will hurt, but holding on will hinder you. Every ending is making space for a divine beginning. 7. Expect the unexpected. Do not limit God to your plans. The shift may come in ways you did not anticipate. The provision may flow from sources you never considered. The opportunity may look different than what you imagined. Stay open. Stay flexible. Stay expectant. The God who parted seas, fed thousands with a few loaves, and raised the dead is the same God repositioning you. He does not work within the confines of logic. He works within the realm of the miraculous. Beloved, these instructions are not burdens. They are lifelines. They are not chains. They are wings. If you heed them, you will not just endure this shift, you will flourish in it. The urgency is real, but do not mistake urgency for fear. You are not being rushed, you are being aligned. God is not demanding. He's inviting you into partnership with His divine plan. And as you follow these instructions, step by step, you will find yourself walking in rhythms of grace, moving not in your own strength, but carried by the Spirit. The repositioning has already begun. The question is not whether God will move. The question is whether you will move with Him. Beloved chosen one, in the midst of this great shift, you must know this above all. You are not exposed, you are not abandoned, and you are not walking through this season unprotected. The same God who called you is the same God who covers you. His hand is upon your life, and no scheme of the enemy can prevail against His plan. Picture this, a shepherd leading his sheep through valleys and mountains. The sheep may not understand the terrain, but they know the shepherd's presence. That is enough. Likewise, you may not understand every step of this shift, but you can rest in the assurance that the shepherd walks with you. His rod and His staff comfort you, guiding you, defending you, protecting you from what you cannot see. There is a hedge around your life, a shield that surrounds you. Though storms may rage, they cannot destroy you. Though arrows may fly by day, and terrors may whisper by night, they will not come near you. Why? Because you are hidden in the secret place of the Most High. You are covered under the shadow of His wings. Even when challenges appear, remember, they are permitted only to refine, never to destroy. The enemy may roar, but he is restrained. His reach is limited. He cannot cross the boundaries God has set around you. Just as Job was preserved through trial, so too are you preserved in the midst of your testing. And more than just protection from harm, God offers you assurance of His presence. When you feel weary, He will be your strength. When you feel confused, He will be your clarity. When you feel abandoned, He will whisper your name. You are not walking through this repositioning by yourself. Heaven's host walks with you. Angels have been assigned to guard your steps, to open paths before you, and to fight battles on your behalf that you may never even see. Beloved, rest in this truth you are carried. You do not have to strive in fear or anxiety. You do not have to wonder if you will be left behind. The Father who began this shift will sustain it. The same God who brought you to this moment will see you through to fulfillment. So breathe deeply. Release your fear. Let His peace guard your heart like a river flowing steady and strong. You are covered, you are loved, and you are secure. No matter what storms may come, you can declare with confidence, "The Lord is my refuge and my fortress. I will not be shaken." Chosen one. The one who called you is faithful. He will not let you fall. He will carry you until the day you step fully into the promise. Beloved, chosen one. Imagine yourself standing on the other side of this season. Imagine looking back at the valleys you crossed, the storms you endured, and the tears you shed, and realizing that every step was leading you here to a place of fulfillment. The transformation awaiting you is not small. It is profound. You will not simply return to who you once were, polished or improved. No, you will emerge as someone new, someone refined by fire, someone shaped by divine hands. Just as a caterpillar cannot go back to crawling after it has spread its wings, you will never return to the limitations of your former season. You will walk in freedom and confidence in divine authority. The fulfillment of this prophecy is not just about external blessings, though those will surely follow. It is about the awakening of your true identity. You will see yourself as heaven has always seen you, chosen, anointed, equipped, and unstoppable. The doubts that once chained you will lose their power. The fear that once silenced you will fall away. The rejection that once wounded you will no longer sting, because you will know deeply and unshakably that you are loved, called, and set apart. And as this transformation takes root, the fruit of your shift will become evident. Where there was once confusion, clarity will reign. Where there was lack, provision will overflow. Where there was silence, your voice will resound with authority. Where there was delay, acceleration will carry you forward. The people who once overlooked you will marvel at the hand of God upon your life, for it will be undeniable. But beyond what others see, you will feel it within. A peace unlike any you've known will steady your soul. A joy unspeakable will rise like a fountain within you. Gratitude will flood your heart as you realize that what once seemed like breaking was in truth the making of you. Beloved, fulfillment is not just about reaching a destination. It is about becoming. You are becoming the vessel God dreamed you to be before the foundations of the earth. You are becoming the light that cannot be hidden. You are becoming the living testimony of God's faithfulness, walking proof that His promises are yes and amen. And when you step into this new place, do not forget it is not only for you. You are blessed to be a blessing. Your testimony will ignite faith in others. Your voice will call forth the weary. Your presence will shift atmospheres. What God is doing in you is not for you alone, it is for generations yet to come. Chosen one, see yourself there. See the transformation. Feel the fulfillment. Taste the sweetness of destiny realized. This is where the shift is leading you. And this is why the shaking has been worth it. Soon you will stand in the place prepared for you and declare, "Truly the Lord has done great things for me." Beloved chosen one, you have received the prophecy, the meaning, the instructions, and the assurance. Now it is time to anchor it in your heart. Words spoken in faith become seeds of transformation, and affirmations are the way you water those seeds daily. Take these affirmations and make them your own. Speak them in the morning when you rise, in the quiet moments of the day, and at night before you sleep. They will strengthen your spirit and remind you of who you are in God. Affirmation 1. I am chosen, called, and set apart for divine purpose. Let this truth settle in your spirit. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You carry heaven's seal upon your life. Affirmation 2. God is repositioning me, and His plan for me cannot fail. Every closed door, every delay, every shift is working together for your good. What God has decreed, no power in heaven or earth can overturn. Affirmation 3. I am protected, guided, and empowered by the Spirit of God. You walk covered. You walk surrounded. You walk in strength not your own, but in the strength of the One who called you. Affirmation 4. I embrace the shift, and I step boldly into my destiny. No more fear. No more hesitation. You are moving forward with courage because the One who goes before you has already prepared the way. Now let me release a blessing over your life. Beloved chosen one, may the peace of God flood your heart and silence every fear. May His light go before you, illuminating your path with clarity and hope. May every crooked place be made straight, every obstacle removed, every delay redeemed. I bless your hands that they may prosper in all you set them to do. I bless your mind that it may be filled with wisdom and discernment. I bless your spirit that it may remain steadfast, unwavering, and anchored in faith. And above all, I bless your destiny, that you may walk fully into the place God has prepared for you, shining as a testimony of His goodness, His power, and His love. Chosen one, go forth in confidence. The shift has begun, and nothing can stop what God has ordained. You are covered. You are called. You are chosen. Amen.